Welcome back. Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about 4 different ways to live with artwork and have it be in your life and not have to spend $1 million or even like $10,000 to have a great looking art collection. So the first thing we're going to look at is right here. So this is, what's this called? So this is an old kind of adage about some old historical art collections about having an empty frame. And so this is what I have here, and where the empty frame represents the piece of artwork that we haven't bought yet, but you will soon buy. So here's how I have it. It's surrounding another piece of artwork that doesn't fill the frame, but it kind of feels like it does. And sometimes what we do is in our collection, we will change the piece out in the middle, so that way that it doesn't constantly stay the same, and so that we're kind of getting some diversity into our collection. So the next way that we're going to talk about living with artwork is you're going to have a little video right here. So this is a gallery wall on a staircase that we're going to display here. So you're going to see that it's a hodgepodge mix of photo, prints, silk screens, lithographs, paintings, all kinds of things that are happening right here. Small, large, and it's all very tightly knit together. And so this is something that's called a gallery wall. So like it's kind of like the old school like salon style hanging of artwork, is that as we go through it, you can see, hey, there's a lot going on here, and you get to see. The nice part about this right here is that if you look through it, you'll see that there's a lot of the same size frames happening over and over and over and over and over again. The good thing about that is what we're going to talk about next is called visual storage. So if you go to museums like the Metropolitan Museum of Fine Arts here in New York City, or if you go to places like the Brooklyn Museum, they have what is called visual storage. So this is something that says, hey, these aren't on display per se. Like we go into a museum now and you'll see just a line of paintings all together that make a cohesive statement. So visual storage is saying, hey, we don't have enough space to properly display these objects, so we've kind of put them into an area where people can still look at them and enjoy them without having to have the space for them. So now we're going to look at this video here. You're going to see that this is how in the collection here is that we're looking at is that the visual storage is all framed and they're almost placed on the bookshelf like books. So you'll see that as we're pulling out different images here, you see that the collection consists of needlepoint, and it consists of paintings, and it consists of drawings by Scott C. and Mab Graves, and then you have some vintage photographs. There's a lot going on in this collection, and then you have this fun palette by Drew Lazick. I'm sure I just butchered his name. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you can see that it's framed and everything is put away. Now, the best part about this visual storage is that you, in comparison with the gallery wall, is that you can change things out as you get bored with them. And that's nice. You don't have to go out and buy all of the same artwork the same day. So this is a collection that has taken more than 20 years to build, buying artwork here and there. And now that we're slowly having it on display. Now, the last place that we talk about doing storage and having a collection is what's called flat file. So we're going to look at this video here, where it's just a simple kind of book. And as you can see, it's already started to flip. And you'll see that there's different artists in the book, Holly Cobb, Sean Mahan, and there you'll see that their artwork is in there. The packaging's in there, the address is in there, so that way we can like contact and send thank yous and to artists that have sent us and we've purchased from. So it's a great way to have artwork in your home and have it on display. So that way, like when you are not just buying artwork, storing it in a folder somewhere in a drawer, there's like a way to store and prepare and care for your objects, whatever you buy. So most of the things that we've talked about in this episode are for two-dimensional artwork. not for everything. So we're not talking a lot about how to curate three-dimensional artwork. I don't know a lot about that, as that most of the collection that we have here is 2D, and that's why this year we're focusing on 3D so that we can deep dive into a better understanding of three-dimensional objects. Again, thanks for joining us here, and also don't forget to hit subscribe and the notification bell. Thanks for joining us.